I want to talk about Charlie Kirks' murder, his assassination. I didn't know the man, but I loved watching his videos. And it reminds me of a story. When I was in prison, and yes, I was in prison, there was a man I was in there with who was facing 4 aggravated life sentences, 4 first-degree felonies. And I was friends with him and did Bible study with him, and we did prayer call together. And we'd watch the news every day. And I hated this part. You know, he would sit there and he's begging for mercy from his family. He's begging for mercy from the judge. He's begging to not go to prison for the rest of his life, facing serious charges. And he would sit there and watch the news every night. And every time somebody came across a murder, a robbery, a rape, it doesn't matter what it was, and they show the picture or they show that the suspect is wanted, he would say, "I hope they fry that guy. I hope they nail him. That guy right there deserves to be punished. I hope they put him away for the rest of his life." And I'm sitting there looking at him going, really? Like, you're in a position where you need mercy. You're begging God, literally, for mercy for the things that you've done, while you're pronouncing judgment on every single other person that you see coming across the screen. And it didn't end well for him. He ended up getting 4 25-year sentences stacked on top of each other. So he has to do 100 years in prison. And God really opened my eyes about this issue. What the person did that killed Charlie Kirk was evil and wrong and wicked, and of course he deserves to be punished. And I'm glad that they caught the person. But before I start pronouncing a judgment upon him, before I start hoping that they give him the death penalty or hoping that he rots away for the rest of his life, I have to remember that I myself am in need of mercy. I myself am asking for forgiveness for the things that I have done, continue to do, and things that I will do, right? And now I'm in Christ, and I know I'm not judged or I'm going to be measured based on my own works. I know that it's the righteousness of Christ. But it just reminds me that Jesus said in Matthew 7, the judgment you pronounce is the judgment you will receive, and the measure with which you use is the measure which will be used on you. So in this moment, I'm asking for mercy for this man, not saying that he doesn't deserve to be punished, but I'm praying that God saves his soul, because there's obviously some very evil things happening in his life, and I'm praying that he finds the love and forgiveness and mercy in Jesus Christ.